Hi, it's Alaska Granny.
A foldable gate works great for little Teddy, but not for a great big energetic dog.
This big boy needs a big crate, and so that's what we're going to show you today, how to put together a dog crate. Before you order a crate for your dog, you want to measure how big your dog is to make sure that he has room to move around and he isn't going to be confined in an area that's too small and uncomfortable. You're going to love your new crate. You're going to love your new crate. Let's get it out and put it together. All zip tied together. When you're unloading the panels from the box, they've got little hooks on them, so you want to make sure that as you don't tip them up and they tangle together, you want to just lift it and not tip it so that it doesn't get all the hooks tangled together and makes it hard to get out of the package. You want to put the base down with the prongs pointing up, and this little handle thing is a stop for that big pan base that goes inside. Now you want to get the side panel and you're going to lay it down with the second and third wire hooked over these little hooks and lay it out. Then when you stand it up, it'll slide and it will hold it up. So when you get the side panel, you want to notice where the second and third wires are, and that's what goes over the hooks. Then you want to make sure that these loop ends are going up, so when you tip it up, they can be hooked together. They're facing into your kennel. Now you want the back panel. It has the big pull-out loops, hooks, rods, and it has two hooks. You want to put it in so that the loops line up, pull the rod out, and the second and third hooks have to go right over this one so that when you stick the rod in, you can hook them all together all the way down. You'll know the front from the back because of the little handle here that hooks in the bottom tray. So when you hook onto the back panel, make sure you do it on the opposite side from this little lever handle. Now you want to take the side panel with the door, make sure that the door is going to swing out. And then the loops are all going to be pointing inward. So it's the same when you put the first panel on. You're going to lay it down and you're going to hook the second and third, between the second and third bar over the loops on the bottom, and then you lift it up, and then these hooks should be facing inward and the door should be facing outward. They're all under the loop, and so now I'm going to be able to lift it up and it should snap into place. Now go to the back panel and the side panel and take the other pin and slide it down. The loops on the door side should go over the second and third loop, and then you slide the pin all the way down just like you did on the other side. The second and third loops on the back panel should sit on top of the first and second loop on the side panel. So you want to just lift up the back a little bit, and then you want to put then put your rod down through the holes and line them all up and hold it together. The fourth side also has a gate, and it also has the 2 pins in it. So you want to make sure that the 2 hooks are facing inward and the gate can go outward. Set it up next to the long sides, and then you're going to pull out the pins and slide them down just like you did the other ones, just to make sure it's pointing inward. Now pull out the pin. Now find the side panel with the door and the front panel with the door. Then you're going to sort of lift a little bit to get these loops so that the second loop of the little panel is below the loop on the big panel, and then the third loop on the little panel is above the loop on the big panel, and that kind of lifts it up a little bit so that it will line up and you can get your pin through it. So this is the long side with a gate, and this is the short side with a gate, and the pin just goes one side. There's one loop, and then there's 2 loops. And that's where the side gate goes below this loop, but then the third one goes above. The third one on the short panel goes above the third one on the long panel. And then you just hold it up a little bit, and that helps keep it up so that it can swing open at the bottom. Before you hook the last side, you want to make sure that you put the roof on, or the top, and you want to place it and make sure that the little loops are pointing inward on the 2 short ends, and then you're going to hook the loops in each corner to get started. You might need someone to help you with this because you've got to jiggle this around. You have to get these loops over the top. There's 2 of them. And this one has to go over the side. And at the same time, these have to hook around. So it's better if you can like get one side lined up and then come back and loosen up a little bit if you need to, so that you can get the other side lined up. So there's a middle one that is just a straight hook, that has no hook, that's just a straight bar. That one needs to be inside, and then the loops need to come around over the outside. Not hooked the final gate side on so that you can still wiggle it all around. Now when you get to the final side with the small side with the gate, you want to make sure that the 2 little loops go over the top. And this middle part has to come here, so you kind of have to jiggle it around till you get it all lined up. And then it's the same thing on this side that it was on the first side. The second loop goes under, but the third loop goes over it so that you can line it up. You can see I can jiggle it. It's all staying together. It's not that complicated. You just need to make sure you have a little bit of strength so you can jiggle the parts around to get them lined up, but it goes together easily. And you can see it's a little bit bigger than my dog, so if you have a great big dog, this is probably going to be a good size for you. Now when you want to open the gates, they each have 3 latches on it. Let me show you how the latches work. You lift this up and move it over. Lift it up and move it over. Lift it up and move it over. So they're very simple to operate, and now the gate can easily swing all the way open. Look how big that is. It's a nice big opening. It's not like you have to shove your dog through a little tiny door that sometimes you get on hard-sided crates. The opening isn't big enough, and that's part of the reason dogs don't like the hard-sided kennels, because the doors are too small. They don't want to crawl inside of it. They want to just step inside like they can on this one. If you look down under the front door, there's a gap and the tray can slide in from outside. You don't have to try to maneuver it through the door. Then you have the tray stop. You push that down. And there's also the door on the long side, and you open it easily the same way. 3 latches that work so easily, but they're really secure. Then your door swings nice and wide. You can set your dog, get your dog inside, and then easily slide these back over to latch it. They latch so easy, it's really great. That's one of the nicest features about this dog kennel, is how easy the latches move. Someone's excited to try out their new kennel. Don't be afraid to try to put one of these together if you think it'll help your dog. It's really quite simple, and I think just about anyone can do it. When you want to train your dog to go in it, you probably need to try some treats. Don't just shove him in and try to close it. Teach him to love his crate.
Get your treat.
Good boy, Bubba. Here you go. Good boy.
Get your treat. There we go. Good job,
Good
baby.
boy, Bubba. Here you go. Great. Here you go. Great. Good boy.
Good job. Good job.
Here you go. Great.
There we go. Good boy.
If you liked my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might enjoy it, and please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.